We talk about time like it is a physical space. We say we move through it. We leave bad memories behind us, and we look ahead to upcoming deadlines. This animated timeline shows how we map historical events. We draw Monday on the left, Friday on the right, and lay down a coordinate grid. It trains our imagination. We view events as a literal track we travel along. A clock face stages a similar theater. The hand sweeps across a landscape of numbers, making the passage of events feel like physical motion through a container. Treating time as a container forces us into unanswerable questions. We catch ourselves wondering where exactly the past is located, or asking how fast the present is moving. Those questions are artifacts of our own grammar and visual charts. The idea that time is a three-dimensional arena we occupy is a cognitive trap, not a physical property of the universe. Time is not a place, it is not a container, and it's not an arena. If you strip away that invisible stage, you don't get a frozen universe. Instead, you get a continuous web of interacting physical processes. Materials fracture, energy transfers, and structures break down. Removing the stage of time forces us to locate the actual source of action. The universe operates purely on the mechanical reality of change itself. Imagine a human society before the invention of precise clocks. Without hour markers, bodies still age, fires still burn, and crops still grow. People coordinated entirely through environmental and event-based cues. They tracked the tides turning, the length of shadows, or the angle of the sun through the massive stone alignments of Stonehenge. These are repeatable public reference points. In that environment, an instruction to meet a friend at exactly 3:17 p.m. is meaningless. Nobody can point to 3:17 p.m. in the sky. The ancient world was saturated with change. What it lacked was a standardized numerical counting system to track it. As human communities expanded, they needed a way to make vastly different rates of change comparable. They needed a public ledger. To build that ledger, they required repeaters. A repeater is a stable physical process, like a swinging pendulum rod or an oscillating quartz crystal, that provides a reliable baseline of motion. The next crucial step in the process is counting. We map those repeatable physical cycles to standardized numerical units, translating the mechanical motion of a gear into a discrete label on a dial. Finally, a ledger requires protocols. Protocols are the agreed-upon rules for calibration and synchronization that connect an isolated clock to a shared global network. Humans spent centuries engineering these protocols. We progressed from solving the longitude problem with wooden boxed ship chronometers to establishing modern GPS corrections and atomic standards. Timekeeping is an evolving social and technical practice. We did not discover a flowing, invisible medium. We deepened our public bookkeeping. A map indexes the streets of a city, but the map does not contain the city. This diagram shows a similar relationship. On one side, a chaotic physical process unfolds, like an orbit decaying. On the other side, a rigid numerical ledger ticks up. The clock indexes the event. The orbit doesn't decay inside the clock's label. We can audit any physical change this way. A resting machine breaks down from chemical processes under constraints, leaving physical records. The ledger simply updates a count alongside it. We engineered a brilliant map to track physical change. Then, somewhere along the way, we forgot it was a map and convinced ourselves we were living inside the coordinate grid. Reality is not a collection of objects waiting in a timeline. Reality is structured change itself. Under this framework, the past is not a destination you can visit. It is a status. The past is the set of recorded constraints, physical traces, and scars carried forward into the current moment. The future is not a pre-existing waiting room. It is open potential, strictly shaped by ongoing physical laws and dispositions. This diagram shows the present. It is not a spotlight on a track, but the active coastline where processes currently exchange constraints. Now functions exactly like here. It is an indexical, marking our standpoint within a coordination practice, not a physical object in motion. Our tense words track functional roles. They tell us what is recorded, what is active, and what is potential. They do not describe geographic regions of a timeline. Time is a human technology. It is an extraordinary public grammar we engineered to coordinate our expectations and track the physical world. We are not passengers sliding down a temporal river. We are highly metastable patterns, a biological state that maintains temporary stability under current conditions, composed of metabolism, memory, and interacting processes. Time is not where change happens. Time is how change is counted. We do not live in time. We live in change.